Welcome to Infinity Reviews. So yeah! Woohoo! Oh, that's a great line. That is a great line. Eve. Hey guys, what's up? Yesterday I had a chance to go see Godzilla Minus One. And this movie is not connected to any of the Monarch or Kong or the 2014 Godzilla movies. This is original Godzilla movies, and I went into thinking I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm not the biggest Godzilla guy. I came out of it wow, that just wasn't a good Godzilla movie. That was a great movie. And usually when you go and see a monster film, in my opinion, like this, you can expect the cliche, things like, oh, monster attacks, blah blah, you gotta stop him. But I think the thing that made this movie so different for me is that how much I was concerned with what was going on with the human characters. We follow this World War II kamikaze pilot who abandons his duty, and because of that, he has to live with this constant fear of, him being a coward, him not being able to move on from the war, and kind of deals with his PTSD and how he can't feel or show love to anyone because he's still fighting a war inside him. And I'd say the two main leads is this pilot and the woman he falls in love with after he returns back to Tokyo after the war, as it's foreshadowed in the movie, he wants to love her, he wants to fall in love with her, he wants to raise this child she has that she found, but he doesn't want to do that because you find out that he is still fighting a war inside his head. He can't end that war until he battles or kills Godzilla. And we meet some other interesting human characters in the movie. That later in the film he gets a job. As he was with the army, or he was with the Air Force. The the Japanese Air Force. But that he has a job to decommission mines around Tokyo so that ships can come in there safely. And he gets paid a good amount of money for the time, $3,000. It looks like a day, and he is put on this crew with three other people. One they call Doc, one Captain, one the Kid. All of them having military experience in the Navy or in their army. As they go on to dismantle these bombs, they find out that their real mission is to stop Godzilla, to try to stop him, and they realize they can't just do it with mines because Godzilla is way too powerful. And if you're thinking going into this film that Godzilla is going to be the unsung hero and he's going to save the day like he always does, no. Godzilla is the bad guy in this movie, and it works so well, guys. It works so well, because he's a giant dinosaur, giant dinosaur, and you don't think of a giant dinosaur being a guy who's going to save people. No, he's eating people, destroying Tokyo. He's destroying everything in his path, and we have to see these human characters come together to fight. And the one thing, I liked all the Godzilla stuff. My favorite part was the human relationships each of these characters has, and how they get you attached to these characters, and that you're I don't want to see them die. I don't want to see them die. I want to see them live, and you're enjoying every single moment they're on screen with each other. And for me, it was the perfect length as well for a big motion picture. It was not 2 hours and to 3 hours. It was basically just a 2 hour movie, and that's the perfect runtime. It was just perfect. And this movie is great, guys. It is right now on my list. It is my second favorite movie of the year. Number one was Spider-Verse. This is two. This is how you make a great movie. And fun fact, this movie was only made for $15 million. What was that? Disney, Warner Brothers, $15 million. $15 million, and you can tell sometimes it's $15 million, but what we've all been saying now for these big pictures, like it doesn't matter, like if you make a $200 million movie and the CGI and all of it looks like crap, like make a good movie. For no matter how much money you make it, you can make you look at films like The Creator, you look at movies like this, low budgets, movies that look like they were made for $200 million, but the things that makes them different is because there's actually a good story. Not to say that Warner Brothers, DC, Marvel, Disney, and like all these other companies and like Netflix can't make good movies, but you go and look at movies like the Marvels, Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Adam, The Flash, Napoleon. I'm not saying these movies are bad. I'm just saying that they are made too much for a ridiculous amount of monies. Like I'm looking at a movie like Killers of the Flower Moon. Like, why would you give that movie a $200 million budget when you know it's never going to make $200 million plus? Like, you're not going to get anything back on the movie. Like, no one is going to go... People love Martin Scorsese, but... Martin, I'm going to tell you this right now. No one's going to sit in a 3.5-hour movie and thinking that you're going to get a good return on it. At the end of the day, Hollywood is a business. It is a business. And people want to see good movies. That's why Barbie and Oppenheimer, they went to go see it. And I'm saying Killers of the Flower Moon was a bad movie. It was a really good movie. It was just like voted like best movie of the year. But at the end of the day, it didn't make a lot. I don't think it even made like, maybe it made $100 million plus. And people didn't want to go see it because it's 3.5 hours long, and the theaters can only be open for a certain amount of time. You put a movie like Godzilla in there, which is good, but not as long, but good. You got a great movie, and we're gonna see what the box office is for it when it comes out tomorrow and Monday for the box office. See how it does. Honestly, because Beyonce's Renaissance film came out this week, and that's probably gonna be number one at the box office. But it's Godzilla probably gonna have to fight for maybe the 2 or 3rd spot. But overall, this was a great movie. And I'm gonna keep saying it. It's my second favorite movie of the year. And I highly recommend, if you are a movie fan, if you love big monsters and kaiju, go see this movie because it is good. It's better than what they've done with Godzilla in the American version throughout his history of being in American films, And we haven't had a really good Godzilla film in a long time. In my personal life, in my opinion, my favorite Godzilla before this was the 2014 Godzilla. I love that. I thought that was awesome. I watched this like, this is 10 times better than this. This is amazing. That the humans weren't just there because, let's get the most popular actors put in there. No, let's get actors who can really act. I'm not saying that other people can act, but like they're given material in this movie to show emotion, to get you to fall in love with the characters. Be upset when you lose your character. And I'm also a big anime guy, guys. I'm a big anime guy. I've watched shows like Attack on Titan, Bleach, One Piece, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. I've watched those shows, and going into this, I'm like, the thing is, like, anime, people really doubt anime nowadays. They say it's a cartoon. It's for kids. You watch anime. Anime tells some of the most interesting and some of the best stories in the world, in my opinion. And it's very frowned upon sometimes to like it, here in the States. Over there in, like, Japan, it's, like, the biggest thing ever. But I'm watching this movie, and I'm like, I can see, like, this is, like, it felt like one of the best anime, adaptations it could be, because I believe Godzilla has been in anime before. And I'm looking at these characters I'm imagining them like in the animated, like animated, and I could definitely see it like this being also a really popular anime, but this was a live action movie. And personally, I don't this was my first experience seeing a movie subtitled in the theater. Not because I don't like that. It's just because I never found a movie I really wanted to see that was subtitles, and this was one of them. I really wanted to see this movie because I heard great things about it, and I knew Godzilla looked absolutely badass. But overall, they told a really good story. They told a story that was good. A story not just about a giant kaiju attacking, but a story about a man trying to move on from the war, but he can't move on. And when he thinks he can, tragedy strikes him. And and it's a redemption story for him, really. A redemption story because he wants to redeem for what he couldn't do in the war, and this is a chance. But he's got to believe he's being told by everyone you don't need to redeem yourself. Everyone was scared in the war. Everyone was ashamed of what happened. But we got to move on from that. We got to move on and live now. You got to live for your daughter. You got to live for your wife. Look at what you have now, then focus on the past. It was such a great story and such a strong message, even for a Godzilla film. But yeah, that's going to be my review for Godzilla Minus One. I say this is a 10 out of 10 movie. I don't give 10 out of 10s. I don't give them that much. I give them 8s and 9s if I really like it. But 10, this is on level. This is probably one of the best movies I've seen this year. One of the best movies I've seen this year. And I've said I've liked movies. I've liked movies. I like them. I like Hunger Games. I thought the creator was good. I gave that an 8.5, 9 out of 10. I thought Killers of the Flower Moon was a really good movie. I thought it was really good. But I didn't love it. I liked it. Most of these movies I liked them. I love this movie. So please go check this movie out. It deserves your attention. But that's it for me today, guys. That is going to be my review for Godzilla Minus One. Make sure you please like and leave a comment on the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time.